Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and and I am the horror show host, and I'm accompanied yet again by Michael Keene.
Hi. Hey, I'm not used to being on camera. Oh, this is mighty embarrassing. Goodness gracious. Hello, folks at home.
Spot on.
I gotta put my mask on. Oh, now I feel much more comfortable.
Oh, I should have got my mask. Oh, hold on. I will be back.
Feeling pretty good.
Oh, mine's actually up on the wall. Never mind. Hide in your face, I see.
Do 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 do.
Jason, be quiet. He just looks at you like. I rule Jason. So today we are going to discuss the Friday the 13th box set from Scream Factory, as if it was going to be from some other company like Paramount, as if.
Oh.
I don't think the tongue will go through the mouth. Oh, he's trying.
Oh god.
In the comment section, let us know if you've picked up the set yet and what you thought about it. Do you have any problems, or do you just enjoy the hell out of it? Hell's not a swear.
Hell yeah. Hell poop. Poop hell. Hot poop hell. Poop. Poopity doop.
Cutting me off now. What's up with that, man?
Poopity doop.
Oh. Eddie Alvarenga, I think.
Oh, that's one of my boys. Where's oh shit, poop. I don't know where I put the video. I have so many tabs. Ah, jeez.
He said he just got it today.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Huzzah, Eddie. Huzzah.
Huzzah, Eddie.
Hazy. Hazy zaza. Hazy. Yeah. So yeah, this. How do you want to start with this?
I think we should just go into the box set as the cover art first, and then kind of delve into it, like going through it by layer. I'm just gonna share the video around a little bit real quick.
Share it. That's okay. I want to double check.
I shared it earlier, but that was like 4 hours ago. And then we'll go into the features and the movies and the transfers and stuff like that as much as we can, because I didn't get through every single movie. I don't know about you.
I ain't got that kind of time. I'm too busy reviewing these movies to watch them.
That's a jab at anyone who doesn't watch the movies before reviewing them.
I have words for them, but I can't say them on your show. I'm just going to call them poopy heads. Dumb poop skillets.
Stop, I'm trying to type something. All right. I literally just wrote time for the live in-depth box set review, even though this is not totally in-depth. This is more like sub-death. It's more sub-death. Let's see. I have so many pages to share too. This is getting ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Simply
crazy. Ridiculous.
I'm gonna come slap happy on you all. South Park reference.
Let's get a little bit of light.
Yeah. We're doing a Blu-ray review, so let's just do some some shenanigans and then talk about the movie. That's how it's
shenanigans. I love shenanigans. I should close my door. My baby's asleep.
let's see. Any more pages I can share to? Oh yeah, the Screen Factory's Collectors Unite. There we go.
Let's do this. Oh my god. Let's do it. Yeah.
So before we start, I'd have to say that Michael Keene has a YouTube channel as well. It's in the description below. Check out the link, and then you'll be able to watch a whole bunch of his awesome Blu-ray reviews.
Yeah, do that.
Do that.
I'm the bee's knees when it comes to reviewing Blu-rays. I didn't think that through before talking.
Oh. Let's see. How many people can we get in here? I was going to say that's what she said, but I think I probably get demonetized for that too.
I think you might be okay with that with that's what she said. I'm going to throw it out there as a distinct possibility. If I can say pooping the doop doop scoopa doops, then you can say that.
All right, so I think we're probably losing some audience members by this point. So let's just.
What are you talking about? You got my face here. Come on.
I mean, have you seen this beard?
All right. Oh yeah, Lord, look at this.
Look at that. Everyone's been doing this for the past 24 hours. Check out my Blu-ray box set, everybody.
Yeah. That's how you keep it shiny. That's how you keep it gloss. Nice coating. Yeah. Oh man. What if I just threw this right now? How many people would be pissed off?
Well, I don't know. They made about 7,000 box sets, so they could probably just buy another one.
People get real. Fun fact. When I don't actually have a time for this, but I used to post pictures in the Vinegar Syndrome Facebook group of my son before he had teeth chewing on slipcovers, and it was hilarious. It was great, and people got very mad at me. It was glorious, and I highly recommend it. If you ever have a small child with gums, feed them slipcovers and post pictures on the internet. People will go hog wild. Hog wild.
They'll eat it up. Get the pun. Eat it up.
I got it. Yeah. You're not gonna stop the show for it. Let's chill.
I know.
So
I'm the king
I
of
just want to say right off the bat, like this is gorgeous. Like the box. It's like if we just ignore everything once you open the packaging, if we just ignore everything and we just look at this box, that is some glorious art. Like you got every form of Jason on there. You've got like multiples of his gross face. It's really hard not to say the F word on your show, by the way. You've got his mama's noggin. You got, everything. You got remake Jason. You got Uber Jason kind of hugging the corner there. It's everybody. Everybody's invited to the party, and everybody showed up, man. So right off the bat, it's looking pretty good. Like as far as packaging, not bad. It's a little easy to ding this thing. Like I'm already seeing some wear and tear by like just kind of like slightly touching it. It's just like, but I'm just as a display piece, super liking this. I like that it's something that even if all the contents, if it was just like blank media that they sent me, it would look good on a shelf. And that's because really at the end of the day, collecting Blu-rays, the whole point is just to show off to people. Let's be honest. We hate movies. We hate them. They're the worst. We just like the fancy boxes and the slip covers and what have you, like the cases they come in. That's what we really like. We don't give two hoots about movies. No. We're like watch collectors. We don't care about telling time. We just like showing off that expensive crap on our wrists. So good stuff. Good stuff.
It's a lot better than the Paramount Blu-ray set they released with the Jason Goes to Hell character on the front.
Oh, yeah.
I have that actually somewhere.
Yeah, I never picked that up, and I felt dumb about not picking that up because that was, it's been a long time since we had a proper set.
Yeah, the last one we had was only the first 8 movies, right?
The last one we had.
The first one. Yeah.
That awful Photoshop Jason on the front.
Yeah, I actually found that at a Salvation Army and was like, hey, I'll pay $5 for that.
I thought about buying it today to do like a comparison because it was like $10 on Amazon. And then I said, no, I don't want that in my house.
Be gone with you.
Yeah, I put off buying one of these sets for so long just because I knew at some point someone had to strike a deal and get this, and finally it happened. It took forever, for pooping ever, but it happened.
So what's your favorite angle for this Blu-ray box set for like the cover? Is it the wraparound image or is it the top with I think it's part 7 with the glowy and the IE? I could rhyme, but I failed. I love the wraparound, to be honest.
Yeah, the wraparound is definitely good. I can't wait to go and grab a frame for that poster and put it on the wall.
I know, I have the poster too. I was gonna put the Crystal Lake one, the first movie poster, right on my door, but I was like, I ain't ruining that poster by not having a frame with it.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a frame. For the premium we pay for these damn lithographs. But yeah, I like the wraparound. I mean, it's just a nice set. Takes up a nice chunky bit of space on the shelf without jutting out. I think a lot of sets I've gotten recently are very awkwardly sized.
Yeah,
and this one, it sits right next to the Fly collection on my shelf. And it perfectly, like it lines up perfectly. There's no the dimensions are exact. So I'm pleased with that. Like for all the problems I have with Shout and Scream Factory, the packaging is not one of those things.
Yeah, I have that next to the Fly and Halloween box set. It's right in the middle between those two. Because F comes before H, right? Yes. Okay, so
I don't know letters good. I'm from South Carolina. I ain't got no lettermication. Come on now.
What was I gonna say? One of the things I really like about this box set is, like you said, it fits nicely. But some of the Shout Factory, Scream Factory releases have like paper thin cardboard. Like the It's Alive trilogy box set was like paper thin cardboard for that old box set. It was awful. At least this one's like the Halloween one where it's nice and hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, don't say that
again. I'll tell you, when I got this, it wasn't the only thing nice and hard. Luckily, the algorithm can't pick up on innuendo, I don't think. So we're good. So, yeah, I guess
we'll just dig right in.
Take a jaunt through the franchise, maybe?
Yeah, I have a ton of notes here. Well, more like a few notes, but still.
I've got like huge muscles. And by huge muscles, I mean I look like I was a POW for 3 years.
Oh, man. So we have, if you want to take your first movie out,
let's check this out.
Let's check the box shit right there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I got, and I already switched the insert. So
for shame.
That's brilliant. See, in my neck of the woods, we always switch the inserts out. I've been doing it per video. Actually, I take that back. Tomorrow's video for part 2, I didn't switch the insert because the insert is garbage.
Awful.
We'll get to that.
So it's part 4 actually.
Yeah, a lot of these inserts are terrible, but part 1, just to start things off, looks great. Like this is the exact reverse art I would have suggested. Perfect, exactly what I want. So artwork wise, for this first Blu-ray, fantastic. I have zero qualms art wise. My only real issue, and it's a small issue because it doesn't technically matter, is that they actually don't have all the special features listed. Because I guess they had these printed before they finalized everything, I guess.
No, they did that for part 2 as well.
Yeah. So yeah, and part 2 especially. Part 2, it's egregious.
Yeah.
So which for Friday the 13th, the only thing they're missing, I believe, is the Camp Crystal Lake, or what is it? What is the damn thing called? The stupid short film.
Oh, the Tales from Camp Blood.
Yeah. Tales from Camp Blood is missing.
I watched the first short film like that. It was pretty bad, and then I saw that they had short films in every single one. I was like,
through 6.
1 through 6. I was like, I'm not watching all them short films. I'm sorry.
Yep. It's weird because I've watched two of them now, and the second one, like, it's very apparent that the killer is not supposed to be Jason, and so my question is, why do this? Why do you? So I'll watch them all the way through out of curiosity, but I'm not feeling it. Anyway, for Friday the 13th, this is not like this is not an amazing disc.
Yeah.
It's really just the old special features, which
Smooth scan
isn't.
everyone wanted.
Yeah, it's just the new scan. So you get that. You get the remastered mono soundtrack, and then I believe 5.1. Yeah. So I mean, I mentioned this in my video about it, but when it comes right down to just brass tacks, we have plenty of special features for Friday the 13th. We have a however many gosh darn hours documentary that delves into each and every dang one of them in great detail. It is not necessary for us to have really much more special features wise. So really what can you do? You can give us a nice, sexy, brand new 4K transfer, and that's what they did, and it looks great. The audio sounds as good as I can hear it. I don't have the best speaker system around, but it sounded pretty gosh dang pooping good to me. So it's Friday the 13th. It's a classic of slasher cinema. It looks great, sounds great. It has all the special features that we've gotten before. Some of them are on the bonus materials disc, but they're all there. Could I have used a new commentary? Sure. If they could, blackmail Kevin Bacon into doing a commentary, give it to me, man. Bring in some of the folks that don't show up on this commentary, do it to it. But and actually, come to think of it, I don't like this commentary track because it's that like pieced together nonsense.
Scripted.
Yeah, well, not scripted. I don't like those either. But it's the kind where they had like multiple setups, and then they just like they have the moderator who goes, and this is Sean Cunningham, and then Sean Cunningham starts talking. This is Adrian King. And Adrian King starts talking. I hate those types of commentaries. I actually might dislike those more than scripted commentaries.
Yeah, I do too.
So I could have used a new commentary, but at the same time, what are they going to tell me that I haven't heard before? Like, I have ingested every piece of potential information about this movie throughout my life. I am a hog in heaven permanently. I'm a permanent hog in heaven. I never have to eat again. It's kind of magical. So what did you think of this disc?
Well, I'll start off with the way you started with addressing the slipcover. I mean, with the cover itself.
The insert, yeah.
The insert. I chose this one because it's I grew up actually not seeing the movie until I was like 12 or 13. But I did grow up looking at the cover for an egregious amount of time, more time than I probably should have. It's just an amazing piece of artwork, to be honest. It's probably the best Friday the 13th cover in my opinion, because it has a lot going on in it, more so than any of the other ones. It's very well detailed, and it really pops with the lettering too. I like that. And one thing I don't like about this cover, I don't know if this was on the other versions of the cover, but the Friday the 13th is uncensored because they want the knife to bleed out onto the 13th. I don't know if that was on the other ones.
Huh.
But yeah, I noticed that when I actually first opened it, I was like, why is that uncensored? But I guess they chose to uncensor their title instead of uncensoring the figure. I don't know. I'd have to look at my old DVD to know for sure, or just look up a picture of the poster.
In the actually in the uncensored version of the poster, you can see the outline of her, like very detailed outline of Pamela Voorhees' crotch, and it's really like she's got a gap for days, and it's just and there's like some dangly bits, like it's wild down there. So I wish they had the balls to show the full uncensored poster. It's kind of this was I'm throwing this set out.
It was about as infamous as Alice Cooper sticking his finger through his pants in that one album. What was it? I think the third album that was.
But yeah, it's good. This gives good insert.
Yeah. I did watch the special features for parts 1 to 7, I believe, and I have notes on all of them. And for the first one, I found that Adrian King I found out that Adrian King fell into the water on her first take of Jason jumping out at her because she was so afraid of the makeup and everything. I actually didn't know that. That was pretty interesting. Because then they had to dry her off and everything. What?
Women.
Well, and then Robbie Morgan reminisces. She played Annie. She reminisces about being the first victim in the Friday the 13th franchise, but she's right and she's wrong because she was technically the third victim, but she was the first one in present 1980 day. So I don't know.
She's the first one people remember. Let's be honest. That opening kill scene is kind of lame.
Yeah. And they put some paint on my belly. Ari Lehman remembers Kevin Bacon and Harry Crosby laughing at him when he was trying to get into the Jason character. I didn't actually know that either until I watched this. I
laugh at Ari Lehman just in general.
I didn't actually even know Ari Lehman interacted with the rest of the cast. I thought it was just he came in at the end and then they shot him in the lake.
That is interesting. I wonder what that day was like if Kevin Bacon was there to see, like that seems. I guess they were just like they must have been in the middle of shooting and just
it was the perfect day. From Kevin Bacon. They also used the Jaws technique with the music. Only when the killer was around. Like Harry Manfredini talked about in parts where there could have been music, like when Ned shoots the arrow, there could have been like a what or something like that. And when Steve touches Alice's face, there could have been like a more dramatic score, but they didn't do anything with that. They just stuck to their guns and said that the only kind of music they should use is the intense music for when Jason's around. Oh no, sorry, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah, there you go.
you were ready for that.
I didn't want to be the one to tell you.
I would fail at Scream.
Yes.
That was pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know this one. Michael Myers. He killed the camper. It was Michael Myers. I know that one. I saw that movie
a million times. Oh man. One thing I do actually have to mention, I almost forgot to, was if you look at the back cover for the reversible artwork, like the one you have, the back cover features Adrian King on the raft or canoe and them pulling Ned out of the water. But on the DVD, they actually show Mrs. Voorhees holding a knife. And they took that out of there, which I like. So that was pretty cool of them to do.
Those hip sons of
anarchy.
Okay, so I think the more exciting disc is part 2.
Move on to part 2. I was just going to take it out as well.
This is sure. So again, they don't show all of the special features. Let's see.
Most infamously, the slashed scenes that were added very late in the game.
Yeah, apparently super late in the game. But I think what surprised me the most is like one of the big problems that I saw people talk about in the past was that part 2 never had any commentary. There was never a commentary track for part 2, and we get a surprise two commentaries. And one, I don't even think, I could be wrong about this, but I don't even think they mentioned it in the description on Shout Factory's website.
Huh.
Yeah, because you have the cast commentary, and then you have the
Adam Green and Joe Lynch. Or is that just for the
no? That's 3 and 4, maybe. I could be wrong about that. But no, the Amy Steele commentary, which has Thomas Hudson and Peter and Brackie with her, and she, especially just Amy Steele talking about the movie for the whole thing, and she, she talks about her relationship with Adrian King and stuff like that, and what she told her about her experience on the film, and she talked about never seeing Friday the 13th, stuff like that. Apparently, she didn't see the original film until very recently at a screening in Portland with Adrienne King. And she, I guess, leaned over and was like, I don't think I've ever seen this movie. That's how I pretend Amy Steele talks. Yeah, so you get 2 commentaries, which is nuts. And both are fairly new. The cast commentary, very obviously they're over like Zoom or Skype or something. And that's actually the only commentary I've listened to the entirety of while I've been going over the set, because I found it super entertaining to just sit back and listen to. I wouldn't say I necessarily learned like a ton from it, but it was just nice to like hear these actors who I assume haven't seen each other in a long time reminisce about the good old days and about this what seems like a pretty fun shoot.
Yeah, they also had a podcast interview with Amy Steele. She talks about how she was a popular girl in high school, not cheerleader level, but still well liked. And she discusses her the way she got into film business and stuff. And she did some modeling before, and it was interesting that they put a podcast on here. To be honest, like if it was some like worldwide known podcast or something like, well, let's be honest, if they had a podcast that was worldwide well known, it wouldn't be doing Friday the 13th Part 2 at least. And I think them putting a podcast on here was kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, you could have filled that gap with something else.
Yeah, well, I think the big problem with doing the podcast is it was recorded in, I think, 2016.
Yeah, I do too. I think that too.
And to tout that as a new special feature, like, yeah, it hasn't been on a Blu-ray before. Sure, mm-hmm. Okay, it's a new special feature, but it suggests that it's a new interview, and instead it's just really archive material that's being put on here it's like, it's like the Alice Cooper music video. It's like, yeah, that's never been on a Blu-ray before, but you can just go on YouTube and watch it. And like, you could just go on, Spotify probably and listen to this podcast. And there's nothing, there's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just, it seems like a cheap move, but I'm okay with that because I get 2 new commentaries for Part 2, which is dank as all heck, man.
And one more thing to say before we get into the most popular special feature on this disc. A lot of the crew returned for the sequel with the exception of Shaughnessy Cunningham and Tom Savini. They didn't come back for the second movie or third. Well, and Shaughnessy Cunningham never came back until the 9th movie. But both didn't want Jason to come back as the killer. They didn't think it was a good idea. This is pretty common knowledge, but a lot of the crew seem to recollect that, which was interesting. There was something else I think I forgot to write down.
It's Tom Savini, he didn't think it sounded like a good idea, but he also was busy with other job at the time. So I wonder a little bit if
he was doing the Prowler and the Burning.
So I wonder sometimes if they talk about it like it was this big controversial decision. I don't know that Tom Savini necessarily that was the primary factor. I think maybe it's just he was busy and he heard the idea and was like, I'll just do this other stuff instead. I'm good. I don't need the work. I'm pretty busy.
Part of me thinks he was already working on those movies, and that's why he didn't leave to go work on Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah, probably.
Especially because The Burning was filmed in the summer.
I love how forward-thinking Shaughnessy Cunningham is because, of course, his idea was, let's make it an anthology since it's Friday the 13th. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just an unlucky day. Just have it be a series of horror films, which is in hindsight, not the best idea, but in the moment, makes a lot of sense. And of course, John Carpenter was with Halloween was like, we should just do an anthology series. And that actually came to fruition. From our perspective, I assume on your end, good. From a critical and commercial perspective, bad. But interesting that Sean Cunningham had that idea and then wound up with really the better franchise. I mean, obviously, he kind of bailed, but wound up creating the better franchise out of the 2.
Yeah. And also, even Halloween isn't that original. Like John Carpenter took the idea of Black Christmas. Like Bob Clark wanted to do a sequel called Halloween to Black Christmas. He was going to call it Halloween, and John Carpenter decided to direct Halloween instead.
Was that ever verified? I feel like that was one of those things that was overplayed by people as trivia.
Oh well, no. There's interviews with Bob Clark and John Carpenter talking about. I don't know if John Carpenter. Okay. I know Bob Clark was.
Okay.
He said it directly.
But yeah, I mean, Halloween. It's Black Christmas beat them to it. Slasher wise, Texas Chainsaw Massacre beat them to it.
Psycho kind of beat them to it.
Yes, you have a whole history of giallo films that beat them. That were direct inspiration. Which one thing I find interesting is, of course, Michael Myers is the killer in Halloween. Spoilers. And in Friday the 13th, the twist is that the killer is the mother of this drowned boy. And a lot of gialli from back in the day, probably I haven't like counted, but a lot of gialli that I see, like probably a pretty high ratio of the killers turn out to be women. And so it's interesting that Halloween, a film that basically steals a bunch of concepts from the giallo genre, then led to a ripoff that took the most notable kind of twist that was rampant within that genre. It's a minor thing. It really doesn't matter. This is all meaningless, but just something that kind of strikes me as fun. As fun.
It's possible spoilers, but it's kind of like they watched The Bird with the Crystal Plumage and like, hey, that angle's actually a good angle to take in this Friday the 13th movie. Maybe
spoilers, man. Come on. I didn't Jesus. Oh my God.
But let's get into the slash scenes if you want. Unless you have something else you want to say about that.
No, slash. Let's get into the slash scenes.
Okay.
So I've seen a few people like complain about the fact that it's from a tape copy, so it's VHS. It looks kind of
grainy and
old. I don't really have a serious issue with that. I mean, it's the only as far as we know, it's the only version that exists.
And it could have been a lot worse quality too. It really could.
It could have. Yeah. For tape, it looks fine. Like it looks like if I rented the tape from Blockbuster back in the day and it had the kills in there, that's what the kills would look like.
Yeah.
So I'm not butthurt about it. Is it frustrating that we can't have that as part of this sexy new 4K transfer? Certainly. It is a little heartbreaking, all said and done. But it's cool to see them. It's annoying that censorship took that from us because the Bay of Blood ripoff double impalement scene is phenomenal. Like those effects are great. The Scott, I think, is the
one that gets to start slit.
Yeah, like his
Scott.
Yeah, you see like just barely you see the red coming out when it cuts. And then to see it just like gushing out is so cathartic.
And Mark getting hit in the face with the machete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which actually it reads as even more of a ripoff of Mario Bava's film, seeing it uncut because, of course, they cut out. Basically, you get the behind the headshot, and then it cuts. Yeah. So because in part 2, it cuts from him getting it in the face from the back to him basically going down the stairs. And you don't really get a good look at the makeup. But when you see the makeup in detail on this tape, and then you go back and you watch Bay of Blood, the same kill takes place, not handicapped, as far as I know. But the prosthetic is extremely similar. Like it is basically the exact same. The way that they made the makeup across half the face, it lends much more credence to the accusations of stealing like nobody's business from Bay of Blood. But that being said, I love this. This isn't like a qualm really, but the only thing I wish was there is at the end, I thought they were going to have the shot of the head smiling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm finally going to see it. I'm finally going to see that weird smile. Oh. And then it didn't happen, and I was very sad.
Yeah, it was just basically they cut out the part where she was calling out for Paul while being put in the ambulance, and they cut from her being dragged out the window to the head. That's pretty much all the only cut they had.
Mm-hmm.
I think I also like the cop getting the hammer in the back of his head. For a long time, I think people thought that they cracked open his head like an eggshell, because there are like fan edits of like them trying to make the effect work with just pictures and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. But they have a shot where it actually shows his brain, but that's not actually what they did. But it is just blood gushing out near the hammer. I kind of wish they did have the skull crack open. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Or the top of the head crack open.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to finally see him. It's, you know, it gets my jollies.
Yeah, I remember before YouTube, actually, there was a site called Friday the 13th. I forgot exactly what it was called.
Was it Friday the 13th films.com?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to hunt that.
Yeah, me too, all the time.
It looks like garbage now. It's really sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sucks now. They updated the website for some reason.
Well, I remember a while ago, but
you can't like go to it. Like they used to have like all the kills listed, all this trivia. They had scans of like comics and stuff. It's all gone. It's very frustrating.
Why would they do that? That's the main draw of the site.
I have no idea.
But I remember looking at the picture of Scott and Jeff getting impaled through the mattress and the spear. And I was like, that's not in the movie. And this is when I was like really young, so I was like, I didn't understand. So seeing it now was like, holy crap, this thing actually existed, and seeing the effect in motion is just amazing. A lot of the kills were really well done. I think also a thing I noticed was that the blood color kind of harkened back to the first movie. Like it was more dark red. But that could be just because of the transfer, because in later sequels it got brighter and brighter, I think, and for some of them at least. So it kind of felt like it was just one more thing that felt like the first movie and the second movie.
Yeah, well, the whole the cinematography in part 2 is much brighter in general.
It is.
So that might be part of it. And of course, the VHS just is going to look a little danker. So that makes sense. Otherwise, as far as the extras, there's nothing new on this disc.
Besides the 4K scan.
Yeah, except 4K scan and the audio is remastered. Sounds looks great. Shock and awe. When Shout Factory actually does new transfers, they generally look pretty sweet. Just as a matter of them actually doing it.
I can't stand them when they don't.
Other than that, it's just inside.
Topic.
It's just Inside Crystal Lake Memories, Friday's Legacy Horror Conventions, Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 2. Get that vintage Fangoria article,
which I couldn't even access on my Blu-ray player on my computer.
Oh, I could. You have to go to the file itself. So if you open up your Explorer window, and you just go to your drive, there should be a file, like a PDF.
That's the problem. I don't have a drive. I just have an external Blu-ray player. Like this.
I don't even understand that.
It's a Blu-ray player you plug into the computer and it plays.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah, I have one of those. It should show up. There should be a drive that shows up.
It does. I don't know if you meant like the when you press the button and it pops out on the computer.
Oh, no. Yeah, you just go to your Explorer window and just go to the little wherever your Blu-ray shows up. You just click on that, and there should be a PDF in there that you can then access. But that's fine. Yeah, who gives a shit? Or gives a poop? Who gives a flying poop? But yeah, it's otherwise fine. But the sheer like revolutionary element of the extras, where it's like, oh, we've never had commentaries before. 2 commentaries. Oh, you want to see the uncut? Here's the tape that the VFX guy kept. Ha! That's great. That's awesome. That more than makes up for the lack of anything else on this disc. I should also, so I don't forget, I was watching Dr. Wolfula's review, and I haven't done the math myself, but I'm assuming he's correct. But according to him, there's a total of 25 hours of bonus material across this set, which is insane. That is so much Friday the 13th. So much.
But
So
a lot of
much.
it's on the last disc too.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't checked out.
I luckily that's one thing I got you on. I haven't gone through all the other discs, but I have gone through all of those somehow. Awesome. All right, so 3D. I'm actually gonna have to pull up the Shout Factory website for this to help me out.
Yeah. One thing I noticed when I put it, I didn't know I could actually do this on my computer, was I can watch it in 3D on there. I just need the something 3D glasses to watch it. So
really,
really, it gave me the option to watch it in 3D before it went to the main menu. And it said you just need a certain, it said you needed a certain pair of glasses.
Huh. Oh, I'm wondering. I mean, is it? I'm pretty sure it's like Real D 3D or something, right?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't come with the glasses, so it's Real D 3D, like of the TVs.
Huh. Okay.
But I don't know if it's just my computer. I have an Asus, so I don't know. I don't know if that's what you have.
No, I do not. Yeah, I have a custom build, and I don't think my cheap Philips monitor will allow for 3D playback. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it could also have to do with my external Blu-ray player. I don't know, but
I'm actually kind of curious now. While we're talking, I'm gonna put this in and see what happens.
Sure.
So take out my copy of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Put that over here. So yeah. So you went through all of the extras on here. I listened to a good chunk of the commentary on this one. It was a lot of fun.
I didn't listen to the commentaries though. I went through all the features and whatever I could find.
Come on, that's the most important.
I know.
Feature.
I didn't have time, to be honest. I had work yesterday until late last night. I was like, okay, time to start watching these Friday 13th. Shut up.
All I hear is excuses.
I know. I gotta stop making these stupid excuses. Okay, let me just see if I can get the thing to pop up on my player. I'm playing it now. I gotta stop making those excuses. You're right.
Don't make excuses. Just make tostadas.
Yeah, all right, so I hit play. Watch it never pops up again because I hit no the first time. I hate when things do that. Loading Blu-ray. Let's see. It should give me the option. But so it says you are playing 3D media, but your monitor is not a 3D display. Do you want to play in 2D, or do you have red CN glasses to view the stereo 3D effects? Yeah.
Wait, say that last part.
So I'll just read the whole thing again. You are playing 3D media, but your monitor is not a 3D display. Do you want to play in 2D, or do you have the red CN glasses to view the stereo 3D effects?
So they have the option for the old school 3D then.
Yeah.
Huh. I saw someone say that there wasn't any option to do that, so I guess that's interesting.
Well, am I saying CN right? It's CYAN.
Yeah, or cyan.
Or cyan, yeah. I'm trying to hear you at the same time, but the disco music's playing.
Let's try, I think, one of these. I have a couple. Okay. I think. Yes. Okay. One of my patrons sent me some 3D movies because he loves 3D. Mm-hmm. And I have some glasses here. Some Final Destination brand glasses.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. So those are red and cyan glasses?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Or cyan.
All right.
Okay, so maybe it's not real D3D then.
I should proceed to the free version of film, but now just Well, let's just see what happens here.
All right, I'm gonna see if I have any. I doubt. Oh yeah, here we go. I doubt this will work, but I have these from the movie theater.
Oh yeah, those. Well, I mean, the problem is it won't work if you don't have a monitor. That, God damn it, gosh darn. Okay, so let's see if this works. First of all,
yeah. Excuse us while we're trying to figure out how to watch the Friday 13th Part 3 in 3D. The way it was intended.
I don't think it's going to do. It does. It's not showing the red and CN option for me.
Sure, I'll do it again, and then I'll do a share screen. Actually, make it easier. Just gotta figure out how to turn down that dang audio. It's because I have an Asus.
Gosh, John, Cecil. My mama warned me about those types. Don't trust these elite and their goose-stepping monitors.
All right, let's see. Yeah, so while I wait for that, what do you think of the Part 3 Blu-ray?
I mean, here's the thing. Part 3 looks like garbage.
High budget garbage compared to the rest, but still garbage.
Yeah. So 3D cameras at the time, it was really hard. I mean, it's still kind of hard to do 3D, but it was a pain in the butt to do 3D back in the day. And I just hate the look of it. I've never seen it in 3D, so I can't say like, if it makes an improvement, but it's just everything looks so out of focus and shoddy. Especially after Part 2. Part 2 looks great, and this just shits the bed. But it's not the fault of the transfer. It's just it looks bad from the outset.
I can't tell if this is actually working or not.
I don't think that's going to work. If you don't have a 3D monitor, then there's no reason that would work.
Yeah, I do have the Part 3 in 3D. Hold on. I'll be back.
All right, now that he's gone, we can just curse as much as we want.
Actually, I don't have Part 3 in 3D anymore. What?
Ah, jeez.
Oh, I do. Okay, hold on.
Oh, yay.
Okay. I'll be back. It's like, don't threaten me, boy. Okay. Let's see. It's all the way over here. Oh. Watch, the glasses aren't even in there. Hey, they're there. One pair for you.
I think the awful thing about this movie that really frustrates me is like it all, like the edges always look like they are attempting to do 3D.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I can never tell with this because it's red and blue. Hold on. Let me skip a little bit ahead. I do not know. Oh yeah, I kind of tell. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I see. It's with the glasses, not the black ones. Oh, my eyes. Yeah. So I think Part 3 it was pretty. It's fun. I think that's the best thing you can say about it. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know that I can say that. I just find it kind of, I don't know. I've always found 3 kind of bland by comparison. It's just like I hate all the characters. They're all awful. Just terrible characters. They're the worst.
What about Shelley?
Oh God, the words I could use for Shelley. Oh my goodness. I don't know. 3 just has never really worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm not super impressed by the extras. I guess it's cool that I mean, it's cool. I don't know. It's cool that there's a 3D version.
Yeah.
And
now that I'm seeing red and blue, it's all worth it.
But I still don't see any option for red and blue. I don't know what you're like. What kind of craziness you're talking about?
Here, I'll do a share screen in a second. Is it still in there? It's still in there. Okay. That means I don't have to pull it out again or put it back in. I knew it was coming. All right, let's see. All right, so let me do a quick share screen. Once it lets me. Okay. I'm sharing my screen with you. Don't show the there. There we go. Where is it gonna go? It's gonna go when it goes. Is it zooming out on me yet? There we go.
I'm not seeing.
Hold on. It's not ready yet. Oh, there we go. Oh, it started that without me.
There we
go. Yeah, hold on 1 sec. I have to do it again. Oh, there's the vignette, vintage, or whatever you want to call it, for the article. I see now. All right. I think it pops up when I get to the main menu. I can just skip all this stuff. So that's me. Oh. Stop clicking stuff, Brian. Copyright. No! It was just a small fraction. Okay, now it's not popping up.
Oh yeah, it's probably I had this problem with Cast. I don't think you can share DVD player or Blu-ray player imagery on streams.
All right.
But either which way, I didn't see any way of watching it in 3D, and I ripped all of the video files, and there was no video file with a red and cyan.
There's one more option. I can just take a picture of it when it pops up. And then I'll share that. Now, it actually let me skip to the main menu. Or not.
By the way, if you have fun like Steve does with part 3, that's dope as hell. And it's not even like the worst movie. It's just, for me, it's just, I don't know. It compared to 2 and 4, it's just like, you know, the bread is great on this sandwich. The bread is artisanal bread, but the meat is like off-brand spam for me. So, you know, I enjoy the bread, not big on the meat. That particular sandwich.
Yeah, it's not popping up for me anymore. Probably because I clicked play in 3D and then it never gave me the option again. I love Blu-ray players. I can watch it in 3D now, though, which is interesting.
1 second, I gotta just.
Yeah, that's fine.
1 second.
All right. So, what did you guys think of Friday the 13th Part 3? I know Steve said he enjoyed it. So, anyone else is watching, let me know what you thought of it. It's a fun movie. It has its moments, for sure. And Steve says he has the Critters box set, which is actually really cool. I'm glad they got that up there.
Sorry, dog was being a little turd muffin.
That's all right.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm not too impressed by the special features. We don't have anything new here, aside from, you know, the 3D TV version of 3D, and the restored mono track. I'm sorry, that's not true. New to the set, we get some TV spots and some radio spots. So like we do, you know, they spoil us a bit. But overall, you know, you get commentary, which the commentary is fun. It's old, but it's fun. Let's see, and then some featurettes, but nothing terribly exciting. You know, the big thing is that you can watch it in 3D.
real D3D, not just the red and blue 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a 4K scan, which is fine. It's a movie that looks like ass. So
Larry Zerner, who played Shelley, and in the special features, reminisces about giving Jason his hockey mask and asking Tracy Savage to marry him over and over. She played Debbie.
well,
That's kind of great. He's like, that rubs me the wrong way.
Oh god. And the insert's okay on this one. I don't mind the insert.
I'm not a big fan of the opposite insert. It looks like a video game, to be honest.
I mean, I think it looks fine.
I mean, the whole movie kind of looks like a video game, so it kind of fits.
Yeah, I don't remember what. I think this was a VHS cover, maybe. I don't remember what this art was from, but I know I've seen it before. That's the art. I can't even see it on my video that well, but
yeah, that's the one I was talking about. The one that kind of looks like a 3D video game.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not too, aside from part one, I'm not too hip to the inserts on these. Especially, do we have anything else to say about part three?
Nope.
So part four, obviously you have like the legit poster artwork. The stuff that we all remember. That mask covered in blood, the knife through the eye. It's great. And then for the alternate, and this is where I can't help but wonder, why even try? Why spend the extra money on printing on both sides? We get this. Oh,
I know. Just the words.
Guys, you got to stop spoiling us. It's too much. You're really like, oh man, like this is getting a little too serious for me. I was in this for like a light relationship, but y'all are getting real serious with me. I don't understand why.
There was another poster for it, but they could have gone with a better choice. I don't think there was another choice, to be honest.
And here's the thing: like some of these, part two does not really have great alternate artwork out there, like official artwork.
Yeah.
But like, just hire someone to do it. Just do it. Like, who cares? Just have someone put some artwork together. You don't have to pay artists a lot of money. Artists are cheap. We abuse the hell out of artists, and they just take it because they love any exposure or money you can give them. Just exploit the ever-loving crap out of some artists. There are some great artists out there who do not get paid nearly enough, and you know what? You don't have to be the one to start the trend. Continue paying them in total dog poop. Just get some artwork to put on here so I can have something that I can talk about looking at, even though it just stays in a box all day. Come on.
I feel like Screen Factory only does that for slipcovers when they come with slipcovers.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like with Vinegar Syndrome is a good example of every Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray I get, the insert gets flipped because, with some very rare exceptions, the slipcover is the same image as the shipped front side of the insert. So it's like, you get dual art. Here's the normal art. You just take the slipcover off. New art. Awesome. Mm-hmm. So I understand, like, there's no slipcovers here. Although that'd be cool. I would love that. The sheer audacity of having slipcovers inside of a box would be amazing. Anyway, so I understand not going for broke on the alternate artwork, but it makes me think, like, why even have two sides?
Right.
You could just not have two sides.
Well, then when they got to part 6, they kind of rectified that. They were like, this isn't working out with the two sides. Might as well just...
Yeah, well, and that's it. Like, it feels like they didn't have a firm idea of what they were going to do here. So I get it. It's hard to produce a good Blu-ray. I get it, guys. I get it. But it's Friday the 13th. Come on. It's Friday the 13th. Anyway, Friday the 13th, final chapter. I feel like I'm with most people on this. I am by no means a contrarian when it comes to Friday the 13th. The best movie is either part 4 or part 6, right? Like, it's one of those. It kind of depends on what you're personal style. For me, it actually depends on how I'm feeling in that particular moment that someone is asking me the question. It could go either way.
It could be dark and mysterious, or fun and cheerful.
I'm always dark and mysterious, but I would say that probably just if I brought like objectivity into play, Part 4 is the best movie in the franchise. It's the most. It gets the mix right. It's got some humor to it. It's got the seriousness. It has the slasher formula. It doesn't try to like buck the trend too much, but at the same time, it brings its own ideas. Has some weird characters. Has likable protagonists, which is a miracle because Corey Feldman is one of them. It is a darn near perfect little film. Also, as someone pointed this out, Eddie pointed this out, it's the return of Tom Savini, and Tom Savini is, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't mean to be too controversial. Pretty dope, dude. Again, I don't want to start any arguments, but putting it out there, dope, dude. Yeah, I like this movie. This movie's good. It's a good movie. And of course, again, new 4K scan. So far in this set, up to this point, we're doing good. No serious issues have arisen. Everything looks good. Part 3, we didn't mention Part 3. The 3D credits are a little janky, but that's like the only problem with that. According to one of my patrons who has, or maybe not, maybe it's just a commenter. It doesn't matter. One of the people that watches my videos pointed out that he has a 3D player. He watched it in 3D. To him, it was not a big deal. And he's the kind of guy who would probably say if it was that bad. So far so good. New 4K scan, new restored mono track, looks and sounds great. Unless except this guy, his disc is now in half. So,
it's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
Now, as far as extras, though,
what I don't get about some of these slashed scenes in the extras is that they could have, especially Part 6, they could have been implemented back into these Blu-rays.
Yeah, I feel like there might be a contractual thing there, where you'd have to go through the studio. And as I've been doing more videos on Blu-rays, it's interesting, especially like when these companies are contracting with these major studios. Some of the terms and conditions that these studios give, and the notes they give, and et cetera, it's all very arbitrary. They make these really weird decisions. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the problems with the set that are not the all-out mistakes, but just like content-wise, could be because of that. It could also be just laziness on Scream Factory's part. I don't know, but I don't have a mole on the inside yet. But yeah, they could have been added back in, absolutely. But either which way, the special features for Part 4 are already pretty good. The commentaries are really solid. Adam Green and Joe Lynch are always a joy to listen to. It's fine. It's a good disc. It doesn't have anything revelatory like Part 2's disc, but you get that new 4K scan, you get that restored mono track, and you don't pay $300 gosh darn dollars on eBay. So that's really what we're looking at here is new scans, not buying off of eBay the old gosh darn 10, which did not have sexy new scans, so double match. So yeah, I don't really know that there's much to say about this disc because there's nothing aside from the scan, which all we can really say is it looks good. There's nothing new, except for the TV and radio spots. I feel like a gosh darn criminal for not mentioning those. Those are an absolute heaven sent gift.
There is
Thank you,
one
Scream
special feature
Factory.
that was pretty funny though. It was
The
Chris
dance
Plummer.
moves.
Yeah, the dance moves. They made a whole special feature out of those dance moves.
Yeah, that's good, but that's carried over again from
Oh
an old disc. So I don't know. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's if you. One thing I keep coming back to is it's if you don't own these on Blu-ray already, this set makes perfect sense. Because again, you get those new. At least up until this movie, you get those new scans, and they look great. I took a little peek at the old scans for some of these, and there's a huge improvement. So there's that. But if you already own these, like it's mostly just features we've already seen before. I can't imagine in the next couple years we're not going to get a 4K release. That seems inevitable. I mean, it does hold the condition that whoever does that release, be it Scream Factory or someone else, would have to go through the same legal loop-de-doops that Scream Factory must have gone through. So,
what I'm afraid for is if they release it in 4K with the slashed scenes added back in, but now only people who have 4K players can actually watch it, unless you watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't say that that's enough of a draw for me to be like, ooh.
Yeah.
I also have a 4K player, so I don't care. I don't care what happens to the peasants. Come
on. So what I'm thinking for this is we could stop here and then continue it up at some other point soon. Because I'm getting very tired.
That's understandable. It is very late where you are.
Yeah, it's almost 11:45.
Yeah, it's like mid-afternoon over here. Sun's shining bright. The pandas are out. It's great.
But we could probably do part 1 to 4 tonight, and then 5 to 8, and then unless it's like early and we can do it all at once, and then 9 to 12.
I think there's honestly less to talk about moving forward. I could be wrong, but yeah, I mean that's a good plan. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to do it earlier. We'll do parts 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 12, in one succession, and try to get this finished. Yeah, Steve says it's 11:38 for him. It's 11:38 here too. So do you think that sounds like a good plan? We should do that.
That's perfectly fine. That gives me time to actually dig into the special features I haven't dug into yet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Is it'll help me too.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you a whole bunch.
Jesus God! God!
You gotta say it right. Jesus Christmas.
Holy Jesus Christmas. Yeah. But just to quote Steve real quick, Scream Factory should have taken their time with this box set. I don't know if they might have had like a timetable they had to work with.
Yeah.
But knowing their release history, I think they probably just didn't take their gosh darn time like they should have.
Yeah. And they could have released on an actual Friday the 13th too, but it wouldn't have been in October. So.
Yeah.
But they have all these other releases, so I don't know. I think would have made money any day of the week.
Oh yeah, this is a huge deal. I mean, this is, for me, it's far from the best release of the year, but it's definitely the biggest, most oh my gosh release.
Yeah, I mean, and also Friday the 13th, releasing it on Friday the 13th sounds a lot better than releasing it on Tuesday the 13th.
Tuesday the 13th. All right, cool.
All right, so I'll just do the outro and then. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, yeah, just do your weird thing that you do, talking about bells and buttons. You crazy person.
All right, so thank you, Michael Keene, for joining me once again on the show. The link to his channel will be in the description below. And thank you all for watching. And I am Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. like my Facebook fan page, and support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month could help keep this channel going on strong, and I greatly appreciate it. Plus, you'll get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Also, hit that notification bell to be updated every time I upload a new video. And as always, subscribe. You didn't get it. Darn it.
I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the camera, at the people out there in the verse.
That's all right. We'll get it next time.
Subscribe, you poop heads, you poops.